A sector divided, where conflict is always happening. Three voices come together to try and find some common ground. This is the Three Quadrants cast.
Hello, and welcome to Three Quadrants cast, streamed live and straight to your pod. I am Zeltrisium of Zlim. You may recognize my voice from the Zlim Aerocast and exercising all your limbs. Joining me on this journey we have X9RVS. There's me. They shall be running their kicking and cheering cast concurrently with this, so worry not, sports fans. How is the Droid Republic these days?
Bustling and vibrant as ever, thanks for asking. Still need that recognition though.
I'm sure it'll come. Also with us we have Grithmis. He is a speaker from the Carsoran semi-hivemind. This will be his first show, but from what I've heard he knows how to talk, and that's all we really need. With the newly amended fairness laws requiring all points of view in every single piece of media, he will provide a slightly different perspective to mine in RVs. For fairness.
The hivemind have been ignored far too long in this sector.
Oh yeah, this sector which champions free thinking. You're so right.
I am, yes.
Are we ignoring the last few decades or what? It was Carsorans who destroyed the...
Silence, mechanoid.
Mechanoid? Really?
Let's all calm down. Besides which, the Carsoran is only a semi-hive mind, more open to new ideas. This can be a learning experience.
If you say so.
Glad that's all settled. Now, first things first. Recent news. The Ashtapar spaceport was locked down yesterday after a freighter blew its engines, flooding the West Wing with radiation. Many have started questioning the current safety standards.
And I'm one of them. Horrible what they get away with.
Why does that matter to you? Your skin is metal, impervious to such dangers.
Because I think others shouldn't have to suffer.
Yes, it was a terrible accident.
An accident that could have been avoided. I'd almost call it murder. And what did the company say? The ship was up to standards.
As it was.
According to the official report, but I've seen the pictures. You can find better hulls than junk barges. Makes me wonder how large the bribes were. Didn't the port safety inspector buy a new racer last cycle?
Perhaps you should not question your leaders.
I shouldn't. Is that right? I'm not sure this is a good idea, Zell.
You know it was this or nothing. Come on, let us try at least.
Fair enough. Hiveminder, do you think they should do fuck all?
A handful of deaths must not stand in the way of the system. The system must prevail, always.
Okay, moving on. The Crimson Nomads have been spotted at Galaxy's Edge, returning from their 1,000-year migration. And there are some new additions amongst their ranks. Opinions are divided on these outsiders.
Yeah, more chaos. They are needed.
Since when is anyone needed? That should have no bearing on them being welcome. I worry for them, though. There's already enough bad opinions on the Nomads alone.
Bringing back strays. Very like them.
I'm with RV on this one. More the merrier, I say. We have plenty of space. Perhaps they shall bring something novel to the Crimson Parade.
Useless ostentation.
You need wealth for ostentation, idiot.
I find it incredible what some can do with so little. Very inspiring.
Have you been?
No, but I watch it from my pod.
It's so much more up close. You can see the joy in their faces, the pride. And their face paint is so elaborate. True art, that.
What is art but frivolity?
You gotta be like this the whole time. Maybe try to contribute something.
I am.
No, you're just using blank statements, making no effort. You don't like art? Fine. Why not?
It is not our way.
Because...
Such distractions delay the desired progress.
And what is the desired progress?
You have no right.
Well, I like art. Have either of you ever seen the murals of Pallas Olea?
They wouldn't let me onto the planet. Said I was too rusty.
But your skin is always so clear and polished.
Not sure that was their point.
Ah, well, they are very beautiful. Moving on?
Moving on.
Yes.
Okay, right. Oh, Grith, maybe you have some insight on this next one. The Mogarians have recently overran their own government and handed the reins of power to Cranthar the Mighty. Cranthar is the king of the Cherumians, one of the largest hive minds, and it is said he eats the larvae of those he conquers. Why do you think they did this, the Mogarians?
By the name of Mighty, I assume Granthar is indeed strong, and the weak always fall before the strong.
I've heard of another name for him. The Sluggish. He leaves a trail of slime wherever he goes.
Firm and rooted to the soil. That is what you describe. I shan't think a fibroid fool like you would understand.
The stupid resort to insults so quickly.
This tells our audience nothing. There must be a reason for their actions, surely.
Yeah, half the planet wanted the other hemisphere, owned by their distant shelled relatives. They deliberately set fires near the border to drown their enemies in smoke. Made the shelled half too sick to resist when the revolution came around. Now the shellers are in charge, they subjugate and hate the rest. Of course, Cranthar would target all of them, even if he promised not to.
That's horrible. Is it true?
It's what I've been hearing. And let's be honest, it's the only thing that makes sense.
No.
And it's not a case of strength and weakness, it's treachery versus honor.
There is no honor in failure.
I'm not sure.
If one needs, there is no shame in taking.
They didn't need it, they just wanted it. Massive difference.
And on it goes.
Fine, Zel. What's your take on it then?
It does worry me that the Cherumians have the Mogarians' resources. Must be, 10 more starships? Some may praise them, but all they've shown is violence, a never-ending feeding machine.
Yeah, they don't leave much behind.
All places in the universe have eaters of the dead. Decay renews life, as it shall always be.
Not a close comparison. At all.
At times, the eaters devour corrupted flesh, allowing the wound to heal.
You compare the Mogarians to necrosis.
Am I wrong?
Yes. Very.
This is merely my insight, nothing more.
Right.
I speak true.
Well, I suppose it is time for the sport. RV, how goes the Novan Ball contest?
You mean the photon gauntlet?
That one, yes.
Right. Okay. We're past the opening ceremony now, and the first games have come and gone. The Emrorans were looking good for a while, some very precise piloting. They really knew how to steer the plasma sphere to their opponent's comment.
So what happened?
Just like last time, the Zimthrax came in more aggressive and it paid off. The Emrorans suffocated in the vacuum.
I'm sorry, they did what?
They died. You really didn't know?
Afraid not.
Such brutality. You are a hypocrite mechanoid for enjoying such horrors.
I don't enjoy it, I follow it because it's my job. We keep trying to get them to change the rules, but it's only me and a few others. The organisers of the gauntlet always say, but the contestants feel honour in their sacrifice. Doubt it.
Sport is violence, more so than conquest. And conquest has a purpose.
No, that's just Novan Ball. Plenty of other games out there. As far as the gauntlet goes, though, it's worth studying. You can see the galaxy's whole politics come into play.
Seems immensely dull.
Even if I say the Zimthrax have won 5 gauntlets in a row, when no one else has won 2.
That is interesting. Will you keep us posted as the games unfold?
Of course.
Is that all for sports news?
One more thing. The Grey Emperor of Zaxxas has claimed he's invented a new sport.
Another one?
Yeah, I know. Players must be Zactesians or similar size. Instead of a ball, smaller lifeforms are used, and the goal is to throw them into barbed nets. The only rule besides the size is no killing. amongst the players.
How does the ball survive?
As I said, amongst the players.
Does the so-called ball get consumed at the end?
What?
Assuming it does not live by the game's conclusion, do they make use of its carcass, or is it merely disposed of?
They aren't eaten, no.
Pity. Such death and cruelty I could admire, if it weren't for the wastefulness.
I just hope it fails to catch on.
There's no universe in which it would. I think the Emperor's claims are all for attention these days.
He is certainly a strange one. I find it hard to imagine his ancestors ruling over such great swathes of the galaxy. Were they all like him, I wonder?
He is weak. Allowing his domain to be overrun, his madness reveals it. Such you would not see in a hive mind.
One way to look at it. Or maybe they're always like that. Only when the power is stripped does the nonsense spill over.
Then how might they rule if they were as you say?
Because they were unexpected and unchecked. People thought they were harmless because no one would believe the drivel, right? But they overestimated those around them. You look at the history and you see this pattern time after time.
Perhaps for those like the Grey Emperor, but not the strong hive mind. There is no room for nonsense amongst our ranks.
I'll believe it when I see it.
Very enlightening. Both of you. Since we have a little time left, I have some questions for the new podcaster amongst us. Tell us, Grithmis, how is a semi-hive mind different to a regular hive?
Don't compare my kind to the inferiors.
Sorry, but I have no clue about such things.
So be it. Though any hive mind is greater than all other species, my kind once saw the advantages in slight individuality. So split did they from their fated path. Our minds may be linked, but we train our bodies by our own accord, building ourselves into ferocious warriors. We take the best from those we conquer and transplant it into our very core. As such, the more we spread, the stronger we become.
So you're saying your superiority comes from others?
That's not what I said. These abilities, these skills, are not so mighty on their own. Only combined should they allow for true strength.
But you wouldn't have them without other species. Also, the Garsorans are done conquering, right? So you can't progress anymore.
Can we just...
We have no need. Ours is a higher existence.
Just seems flawed to me. Mechanicals and organics, we build ourselves up through learning. There's no real end to it.
Well, perhaps Grithmis here can follow that example.
You think you could, Grith?
I refuse.
See?
Still, I hope you'll change your mind.
Honestly, me too. It'd make a nice change.
In any case, that really is all the time we have for today. We will be back next cycle, so until then, have a good life everyone. Oh, and stay safe in the space lanes.
In a sector divided, where conflict is always happening, three voices come together to try and find some common ground. This is the Three Quadrants cast.
This will need a lot of editing. I just hope it's easier next time.
When you say editing...
Well, we can't send it out like that, can we?
We already did. That was live.
You... Wait, I thought you meant that figuratively. You used the word mechanoid. And you clearly weren't having a fun time.
Can't be helped now. As with the show, we shall have to learn.
Why is it live?
It's all part of the new laws. Didn't you read them?
I thought I did.
It was in the small print. All productions, where applicable, must be performed live, to ensure truth and fairness.
Huh. I'm pretty sure the president's ration address was edited.
Don't be ridiculous. Why would he not abide his own laws?
You can be too trusting sometimes. You know that.
And you too little. We balance out this show quite nicely.
We do, sure. What about him?
Let's give him time. He is stuck with us as much as we him.
For some reason I doubt that, but I'll have to make do.
I knew I could count on you. See you next cycle.
Safe trip home, Zell.